Hi guys, it's Matt from ResQ-Technology. Today I'm here to help you to change an LCD unit on a Samsung Galaxy S3. This one is working fine. We're just going to show you how to dismantle it and put it all back together. For this you're going to need a Phillips screwdriver. You're going to need a prying tool. And you're going to need a flat-headed screwdriver. You can buy these tools on our website at www.resq-technology.co.uk. First of all, we just need to make sure that the device is switched off. So just making sure that the device is off. And then we're going to pop the back off. Take the battery out. And start undoing the screws. And you got one here, 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 and here. Okay, once you've done undone all the screws, you need to double check that your SIM card and your memory card has been removed. Because when you remove this cage, they get stuck and you don't want to snap anything inside. So make sure you remove it all. And then just collect the screws and put them to one side. Okay, now all the screws are out. You can see it's already starting to lift up, and I use a prying tool just to get through all the sides there. As you can see, it just pops off. Put that to one side. Okay, here on the S3 you've got the ribbon there. This here is for the speaker. The rear speaker at the back. So if you want to lift that away, pull the ribbon up, and then you want to remove this speaker by just prying it off like that. The speaker does cover the antenna and that front LED light and the speaker, and it's your in-ear speaker. The wires do come all the way down here to the board at the bottom. So we need to unclip this. Just move that to one side. You do have a black screw here, so let's remove this screw. And then you've got this little ribbon here. This ribbon is for your volume buttons, speaker, and the LED light. So if you want to remove that from the logic board, just pry it, it just clips off like that. And you've got another ribbon here, and this is for your front camera, and just underneath the board here you've got the proximity sensor. You can just lift that up and that pops off. And if you follow it down the left side, you've got another ribbon here. This is your LCD digitizer touchscreen, and you can just pop that off like so. So now we've done all the ribbons, we've done the antenna cables and the LCD. The camera will come with it because the camera is plugged in behind the logic board here. So you want to just give it a little bit of a pick. just ease it out like that, like so, and put that to one side. With the rear camera, you can change that very simply. You can get your prying tool and just pop the camera off. And that's how simple the rear webcam is to change. And then it just clips back on if you've got a replacement. It's very rare that you have to replace the rear camera unless you've dropped it and broken the lens. Okay, here you have the vibrating motor, which it connects to the logic board on the other side, the gold plates. Your volume buttons, your power buttons on this side, your earpiece, etc. We're not going to move these today, but they are simply quite easily to remove. If we start with the volume button, as you see, it's just a ribbon that pulls up. Just be careful when you try to remove them. As you see, it's really simple, really easy to move. Do have to be careful you don't rip the ribbon. Ribbons are really cheap. They're like £4, £5 on eBay or other online shops for mobile parts, etc. So if you do have an accident and rip it, they're quite cheap. Same as the antenna cable here. Now it is stuck down to the logic board here. Obviously you can pull the cable up, and they're about £6–7 for the part to replace. I'd say the S3s are probably the easiest to repair out of the whole Galaxy range. I mean, we did another video yesterday with the Galaxy Ace, which was really simple. But even out of the two, I believe the S3 is the easiest. The volume buttons and the power buttons are very easily to replace, and this is what you need your flat-headed screwdriver for. You just push them, and they just pop out. So if you ever want to replace the buttons, it's very simple, and they just clip back in. It's very fiddly. Just wonder what will go back in. There we go. So now we're gonna. This is a unit that you would replace. It's the whole LCD unit, the home button, etc. If you're unfortunate to break the LCD, you would have to replace this is the whole unit that you could buy, and I believe they're about £110 online. We actually charge £136 to do it all for you, including return delivery. If you do just break the front glass on the front of your S3, no matter what colour it is, white, pebble blue, black, we can actually change the glass for you. It's a very delicate procedure. Unless you're very technical minded, I wouldn't advise you to do it yourself because you can risk the LCD. Now you can buy the glass lens online. We offer the full service for only £50 and 50p, which does include the return delivery back to you, which is Wormail special delivery. We do guarantee the LCD. It's a very delicate procedure because, as you can imagine, if it's on the front of your phone, we have to separate the glass lens from the digitizer, which is the touchscreen, and the LCD liquid control display. It is a very hard job to do, but if you think you can do it, there is glass lenses online. I guess eBay would be the best place for you to buy these. You can get them up for like £10 for the decent glass. But we use Loca, which we bond the new glass piece to the LCD rather than just the sticky double-sided tape that most people use. But obviously you're not going to get a lifetime guarantee with that like you would if you got it from Samsung. But we use the Loca. We replace the LCD unit. The glass itself, we've actually done this glass. This is what this broken glass is from. We've had to remove this broken glass from this unit and replace the unit, and we're going to show you how to fit all the logic board and everything back in place now. So make sure everything's down, make sure all the ribbons are facing up because I want to get them trapped underneath, and just slowly feed the logic board back into place. camera sits in that little gullet hole there. If it doesn't fit, don't force it, because these logic boards are very fragile, especially these ribbons are very easily to tear. Believe you me, we've teared a few in our times just by being overconfident, I guess. The ribbons are quite easily popped back in place, and make sure. There is another thing while we've got this apart. This here is your SIM card reader and your memory card slot, and they actually can be changed quite easily. There's a little ribbon here which you just pop off. Just push that over, and you can get your prying tool just underneath this corner, and it, as you can see, it does pop off, but we don't want to do that. But it can be popped off, and I guess them are about £9, £10 online. Any parts you need, you can visit us at ResQ-Technology. We can provide you with any parts and tools you need. And if you obviously need any help, or if you're not fully confident doing any of the repairs, you can contact us. Our details are there. We just want to fit this node on. You have to be careful not to force it, because there's a tiny, I don't know whether you'll be able to see that on the camera, but there's a tiny little dot thing there, and if you break that, then you will not get any signal on your phone, or you'll get very low signal on your phone, because obviously the antenna needs to connect to it. So you just be careful. It does just clip into place, and make sure the wire just tucks underneath the logic board, otherwise it will prevent the bezel, the cage that we took off earlier. It will prevent that from fitting nicely on there if this wire is in the way. And of course, if it gets trapped, it could get cut, and then you'd have problems with your antenna. So make sure all the ribbons are back in place, and then we're going to go ahead and fit the speaker, the rear speaker, back on, and that just simply just sits in place. Make sure it all clips in, push the ribbon back down, and we're going to go ahead and just screw that down and secure that in place. And then we just fit this cage back on. There's 2 clips at the bottom. There isn't any clips at the top, but at the bottom there is 2 clips. So I clip that in, and then what I do is I secure it in from the top, and that way it's not going to bend or warp or anything like that when you put your screws in at the bottom. Okay, and what I'm going to do, just before I put all the screws in, I want to make sure the LCD works, and so all the ribbons are corrected in the right place. So I just pop a battery in and test the LCD unit. As you can see, that does work. Loudspeaker works. And it's straightforward. It's obviously now you just put the rest of the screws in while the screen loads up, pop your SIM card in, and hopefully everything works as it should for you. If you do have any problems, any questions, anything, or you're not confident in doing the repairs yourself, give us a quick call. Our contact number is there, our address is there, our email, Facebook, Twitter, Google+. You can contact us on there and just fire away any questions. We'll be quite happy to answer. You can buy all the tools that you need and the parts you need are on our website. You can visit us at www.resq-technology.co.uk. Thank you for watching.